As we are informed, there are almost 70 startups here who are going to display uh, their ideas, what they have in their mind, the products that they are working on, and all these are very effectively and ably supported by our three prime institutions of CSIR, three labs, which is IICT, CCMB, and NGRI. So that's such a beautiful amalgamation of where science meets R&D and R&D supports an idea. And that's how it creates an actionable path towards growth and development, and everybody then becomes a part of it. So very integrated approach that is being worked upon, and that is the whole idea of these startup conclaves, so that so many sectors, so many ideas, so many minds come together at one stage, and then they collaborate, they exchange ideas, they learn from each other, and then they all walk ahead. So startup conclaves help in cementing some of these, if at all there are gaps, to work on them, and then very beautifully amalgamate and then smoothly coordinate with each other to create a path which is strong, which is futuristic, and which also creates an enabling atmosphere for ease of living of each citizen, one and all here. So as we are all gathering, esteemed guests, हमारे सम्मानित सदस्य जो भी यहाँ आए हैं, उन सब का बहुत स्वागत, अभिनंदन, आभार है, और आप लोगों के सहयोग से ही ये कार्यक्रम सफल होगा, ये हमारी आशा और हमारी अपेक्षा है। तो हम आपसे ये सहयोग की अपेक्षा रखते हैं कि आप सब सुचारू रूप से बैठ जाएं, अपने आप को अपनी सीट ग्रहण कर लें, and then very shortly again I'll be there. I'm taking a little short break. As the official program begins, I'll join you once again, and I wish you a very comfortable seating, and also please enjoy this program. This is a great program in terms of ideas coming together, the 2-day startup conclave. Thank you. Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, the entry into the campus, and which also is a kind of news for us that very shortly we are going to start the official program. You can all watch the proceedings. As you know that we are also going live. It's an important program, and the presence of Honorable Union Minister, Independent Charge for Science and Technology and Ministry of Earth Sciences, Dr. Jitendra Singh. His presence means a lot to us. So as all our dignitaries arrive, let's also look at this whole 2-day startup conclave and the whole idea behind it. The whole idea is to actually converge all the stakeholders. So once you start a startup, you need collaborations, you need support, and you need acceleration. And to do all that, the other allied sectors need to be involved, whether it's the government who has, let's say, a scheme to support you, a government which is very much there with its own institutions to provide you facilities in terms of R&D, science technology, and then there are other schemes which help you in how to get the finance going right. So to converge all these ideas, these startup conclaves where all these startups come together in the conclave, get to see how they can create the circle complete. And so startup conclaves help a lot in making that whole idea travel and make it workable, make it actionable. So the significance of these startup ideas comes alive here, and that's why this 2-day startup conclave with the theme of catalyzing innovations and connecting ecosystems is a very, very appropriate idea happening here at IICT campus in Hyderabad, and we all feel so excited to be a part of this conclave. I'm sure many of these things, the new idea that you're going to hear from our dignitaries, you'll notice what a vibrant journey it is all going to be. But then the very fact that we have become number 3 in the world as far as the startup system is concerned talks about our strength. And the strength is very much evident when we all have gathered here. Look at the numbers of startups present here today in this hall. So this 2-day conclave will see this vibrant energy coming very much alive here. And that is the true power of a development model, the Viksit Bharat that we are talking about. A Viksit Bharat which is very, very, again, passionately led by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. And somebody who has always, always encouraged the startups to come ahead, showcase their ideas, showcase their talent, and then based on that, go ahead and find their true path. I hope that all of you are settling in. I still see a lot of people walking behind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my very, very humble request that if you settle down, you only make matters convenient for one and all present in this hall, as we all become organized and structured to be able to participate collectively in this endeavor. As you can see, there's so much energy that all our officials here have taken in to ensure that you have a smooth and comfortable, conference and conclave here. So please be a part of it, please cooperate, please settle in, please find your seats so that it helps in taking this whole conclave ahead very, very smoothly. हमारी आपसे ये विनम्र विनती, हमारा आपसे निवेदन है कि कृपया आप सब अपना स्थान ग्रहण कर लें, अपनी सीट पर बैठ जाएं, ताकि हम इस कॉन्क्लेव की शुरुआत एक बहुत ही व्यवस्थित और सुचारू रूप से कर सकें। हैदराबाद में उपस्थित होकर 2 दिन के लिए इस स्टार्टअप कॉन्क्लेव में अगर हम आ रहे हैं तो हमें सबको उसका भागीदार होना है। We are all stakeholders here in this startup conclave, and that is the whole beauty of it all. That is what makes it a very delightful and impactful conclave, because it's not only about assembling here, it is also about creating an impact which touches each and everyone in the society. These dialogues are important because these dialogues take us to an outcome which is empowering, which is transformative in nature, and which touches even the person who's standing the last in the queue. So no one is left behind, and everyone becomes a part of this vibrant energy, this whole idea of a nation that we build together towards Vikasit Bharat. So as you have seen, Honorable Union Minister, our chief guest for the day, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, who is the Minister of State Independent Charge for Science and Technology and Ministry of Earth Sciences, apart from MOS in PMO, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, also Atomic Energy and Space, and also the Vice President of CSIR. He has arrived. He is just in another building right now, analytical building. But anytime soon, let's say in 5 minutes, he will be here. I would request my startup friends, whoever they have put the stalls there, they should be ready, because anytime soon he's going to arrive, and he's going to the stalls also to see you all, interact with you all. So I would request those who have put up their stalls, the startup friends, please be ready, be prepared to showcase your ideas, because anytime soon our chief guest is arriving here. I do see in each stall there shouldn't be so many people standing. It creates a little discomfort for everyone. Please clear the passage. The mid passage should definitely be cleared, please. Please be seated, because the minister is just arriving in just few minutes. I mean, few seconds I would see. Please sit down and make everyone comfortable. I see a lot of activities behind. So please be seated. My humble request to you all is, I do still see a lot of people surrounding even the startup stalls. Please do not do that. Please clear the mid passage, and please also make the stalls, those who are needed at the stalls, Please be there. Otherwise, all those other people I see them standing behind should please be seated. I mean, there's enough space I can see for everyone to sit. Apart from our support staff, the security, and those who are urgently needed at the startup stalls, please be seated also. Once our chief guest arrives, please put down your mobile either switched off mode or in silent mode so that it does not disrupt the proceedings as we start. It only helps us. विनम्र निवेदन है आपसे, विनम्र विनती है मेरी आपसे कि अपना मोबाइल या तो स्विच ऑफ कर दें या फिर मोबाइल को साइलेंट मोड में, वाइब्रेंट मोड में रखें, जिससे कि हम सुगम और सुचारू रूप से इस कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ा पाएं. We are very, very thankful to IICT in the campus of which we all are assembled here today, because ICT, a lab of CSIR, has organized this with great meticulous effort, and this 2-day conclave, which is being organized here in this campus, is really going to give us a lot of ideas to work ahead. I really think I need to repeat myself, and this is only a humble request. Please do not be there in large numbers around the stall. The chief guest, the Honorable Minister, is going to arrive anytime soon, and I can still see so many people walking and standing behind the hall and around the stalls, because he's going to move around the stalls. I would even request our support staff or the personnel who are managing this auditorium to please settle everyone comfortably. This is a very, very humble request once again, but also important to follow. Please be seated if you're not required at the stall. Only very few people are to be there at the stall or around it. Our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister, is going to arrive anytime soon, and is going to talk to all the startups who have put up their stalls there. So we need a very clear passage around that. You have to please cooperate and support in this. Please find your seat and do not be there in more numbers than needed. Only those who are required to be at the stall. Please create a very smooth passage. I still see a lot of people walking behind, please. Please clear the passage. Find your seats sooner. Ladies and gentlemen, do not walk in the midway passage. Clear that passage, please. A request to our support team, the support staff, to help people settle in, to please request them to be seated. And our dignitaries coming in one by one. All our senior scientists, our officials from IICT, from CCMB and NGRI, we welcome you all. You're already here. And this whole CSIR fraternity, and we are so delighted to have you all here. I would request still a little space left for people who are those standing behind. You're still moving, and that will make the passage not very comfortable for the dignitaries to move in, please. My request to support team, support staff is please help clear that passage. And to tell you more about the program, when our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, arrived inside this hall, he is first going to be interacting and going to all the startup stalls which they have put up. I'm told the number is around 70. I'm told that he's almost arrived there because he does not believe in wasting so much time, but to really engage with all you bright minds here. So he is going to move from one stall to another. Please be ready with your ideas, with your product, because this is your chance and this is your golden chance to showcase your skills and ideas. Keep the passages free, please. Keep the movement very comfortable for one and all to move in, for the dignitaries to move in especially. Our support staff has to help them. We also must thank our IICT Director, Dr. N. Srinivas Reddy, our CCMB Director, Dr. Vinay C. Nandakudi, and our NGRI Director, Dr. Prakash Kumar, who have also put together the shoulder, the hands, so that this event is successful, the 2-day startup conclave. Yes, so please be seated. My last request, as you can see, he's arriving inside the hall any second soon. You have just seen all these pictures are coming live onto your screen, please. This is also for you to understand how we are proceeding with the program, the 2-day startup conclave. Is almost here. The startup stalls, if you're surrounded by so many people, how will you be able to put across your idea or show your products to our chief guest and honorable minister? So please make it very smooth, very clean, so that he can engage with you, talk to you, understand what you're going to do. Please be seated if you're not required at the stall. As you can see, all this is behind on the screen for you. He's arriving inside the hall. Our chief guest for today, for 2-day startup conclave, somebody who has passionately led the idea of the startup conclaves across the country and from one city to another, and this time the turn is of Hyderabad, happening at IICT campus here, and our Honorable Union Minister, of State Independent Charge, Science and Technology, Ministry of Earth Sciences, MOS, PMO, Personnel, Public Advances and Pensions, Department of Atomic Energy and Space, and Vice President CSIR is very much present now inside the hall, and is going to interact and engage with all the startups who have put their stalls, almost 70 in numbers, and he's going to interact, engage with them, talk to them, understand their ideas and how they have built it all up, or they are planning to do next, and whether the startup that they have started, what is the kind of movement and endeavors that they have undertaken. So it has all begun, as you can see, and this takes some time for a while is interacting with these startups. And all these startups, ladies and gentlemen, as we have shared earlier, have their own stories of inspiration and motivation. The ideas that have grown into an entire workable plan, and which is very much effective and in action. So this is a great and significant conclave which is taking place here at IICT campus in Hyderabad. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Union Minister, Dr.Jitendra Singh, right now he's interacting with all these startups, something he does very passionately and very genuinely, because he engages, listens to these ideas carefully, and then tries and support them in different ways. We have seen some of it happening in other parts of the country. We have seen, for example, how near Jammu, in a place called Bhadarwa, Purple Revolution or Aroma Mission, which took place from a very humble beginning to a wide scale, a growth story, a success story, which found its place even on the Republic Day of Kartavya Path last year. So Purple Revolution is an example again, which has grown so well and has taken an idea into action. And there are so many number of stories that how it is all growing. It is growing in the Himalayan belt, but also in the south. If you see the place where we are in Hyderabad, the startup ideas are booming and booming into numbers. I would request everyone to support this whole exchange of ideas between the Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh and the startups who have put their stall, so that he can listen to their ideas, engage with them, and also understand what the story has been like. And all these stories are stories of inspiration. Sometimes you see them getting great success, sometimes maybe not, but then it has taken time to find that full circle. This is the boom time right now for startups in India, and this is being made possible by the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji, who keeps engaging many a times with young entrepreneurs, with young and bright minds, and keeps encouraging him. And so is our Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh. Every time in every city that there is a startup conclave, he leaves no chance to attend, engage, and interact with these young, bright entrepreneurs, the startups, and the young minds behind them, and not always young. In fact, sometimes they come with a lot of experience. So right now, he is engaging with them. Any time soon, he will be coming towards the stage as well. but all the other dignitaries, we welcome you all. And of course, a wonderful opportunity here for startups to interact and engage and present their ideas to Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, who's going to carry these ideas to help them, support them, and to make it actually happen. We also welcome all the other dignitaries who are present here, dignitaries who are respected leaders also. Whether in the area of agriculture, whether in the area of pharma, energy, health ecosystem, we have seen how startups have taken a lead and they are actually ruling in many ways in some of the sectors. So all the stakeholders have come here also present in this very startup conclave whose theme this time is Catalyzing Innovation and Connecting Ecosystems. The 2-day startup conclave will see all these stakeholders coming together. Just awaiting those last seconds of wait as he finishes that interaction and proceeds towards the hall. But right now, I would say this is a great and golden chance for the startups who are right now presenting and interacting with our Honorable Chief Guest, Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, whose passion and energy is very much reflected in the way that he interacts with them, listens to these ideas very, very patiently, and then gives his own suggestions to them to encourage them to walk on their dreams, and so that these dreams turn into realities. सपने से हकीकत तक बनाने की का ये जो सफ़र है, जिसका स्वप्न हमारे आदरणीय और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने देखा, और स्टार्टअप के इस पूरे एक विश्व को, स्टार्टअप की अपनी एक दुनिया है, उसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, उसको प्रोत्साहित करने के लिए अनेकों कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं जो सरकार उठा रही है. स्टार्टअप इंडिया प्रोग्राम है, स्टैंड अप इंडिया प्रोग्राम है, द डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर दैट इज बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड, एंड दैट्स वेयर इवन आवर चीफ गेस्ट फॉर टुडे, Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, he has also encouraged these startups very much. और जब भी जिन शहरों में स्टार्टअप कॉन्क्लेव्स होते हैं, अक्सर वहाँ पर बहुत ही बिजी शेड्यूल होने के बावजूद हमारे माननीय मंत्री जी डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी वहाँ पहुँचते हैं, और जैसा कि आज भी यहाँ पहुँचे हैं हैदराबाद के IICT कैंपस में, और आप लोगों से मिल रहे हैं स्टार्टअप से, ताकि आपके आइडियाज़ को, आपके विचारों को, आपका जो काम है और जिस पर आप आगे चलना चाहते हैं, उसको किस तरह से आगे एक उसकी रचना बनाई जाए, एक व्यू रचना बनाई जाए, a strategy that can be formed to support these ideas. All this is being worked upon. जैसा कि आप देख सकते हैं इस समय बातचीत में व्यस्त, संवाद में व्यस्त, to create a dialogue between the startups and the government and to create that enabling atmosphere for them to grow. We can see our chief guest for today, our Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh ji. And we also welcome some other dignitaries. Our Honorable MP here, Shri Itala Rajendra ji is also very much here. And our Honorable MLA here, Dr. Bandari Lakshma Reddy ji is also here. So we welcome them also, as they are all going to be present inside the hall anytime soon. But they are right now, as you can see on the screen, engaged, talking to some of these startups. As they say, an idea of a startup is like a seed, and once it grows into a tree, it gives shade to one and all. Until they become the tree, we have to nurture them, and that's where these conclaves are significant. They help in creating that enabling structure, the ecosystem where these startups grow, they find facilities, they find support, so that they find that their path is made smooth, and the government is very much doing it, and which is happening also. You can see right here, these interactions are very, very important interactions because they help in better understanding and enhanced cooperation, which finally leads to a better future for all of us. Few moments of wait, थोड़ा सा इंतज़ार और प्रतीक्षा और उसके बाद इस कार्यक्रम की हम हॉल में विधिवत शुरुआत करेंगे। और बहुत बहुत आप सबों का आभार माननीय अतिथिगण, आप सब यहाँ आए, पधारे, स्टार्टअप कॉन्क्लेव का हिस्सा बन रहे हैं हम आज, और इस तरह से ये एक ऐतिहासिक दिन बन जाता है जब हम एक साथ यहाँ पर एकत्रित हैं। We are very fortunate to be present here together and participate in this two-day startup conclave. As you can see, they're all explaining as to what startups they have, come up with, and what is that idea that came to their mind, what is that idea that they want to work on. And you can see how patiently and how with great intent our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, is listening to those ideas. All these ideas are then taken note of, and then work begins as to how one can facilitate them so that they can find the true foundation on which they can really grow. विकसित भारत और विजन 2047 का जो स्वप्न हमारे आदरणीय माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने देखा है, उसको बार बार कुछ इस तरह से उन्होंने आगे बढ़ाने की बात की है, जिसमें उन्होंने सबको, हर एक नागरिक को उसका एक महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा माना है, और हमारा स्टार्टअप मूवमेंट उसी का एक अहम हिस्सा है, और उसी विकसित भारत की परिकल्पना के लिए हम सब साथ चल पड़े हैं, जिसमें आज हमारे अति आदरणीय और परम माननीय केंद्रीय मंत्री डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह की उपस्थिति उसको बल देती है कि किस तरह से ये स्टार्टअप्स अपनी दुनिया का और विस्तार कर सकते हैं, अपने काम को आगे कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं, ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ है जिसमें वो उसकी सहायता लेकर आगे और ज़्यादा बढ़ सकते हैं. सो दैट फैसिलिटेटिंग एलिमेंट गेट्स stronger here in these conclaves, and that's why this two-day startup conclave is very, very significant for all of us. just witnessing, I think, the last leg of that interaction. I think this energy is palpable. I mean, something that our chief guest, our union minister, always brings about when he talks to all these young minds, talks at an equal level, creates that dialogue with them. क्योंकि हम कहते हैं कि संवाद बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि हम जब संवाद करते हैं, when we communicate, when create a dialogue, then we actually help in solving the problems. So this problem solving attitude is what we are aiming at here. We are looking at what is that spirit which will take us all ahead. From one stall to another, and the interaction is going on as our chief guest for today, an Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, is visiting each and every stall present here. Each startup feels privileged to interact with him, to present their very own ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see that our theme says connecting ecosystems. So there's a great emphasis on the word connect. And that's why these interactions go a long way in connecting very deeply with a great intent to the ideas that matter. And that's why our chief guest for today, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh, is leaving no stone unturned to go to each stall and talk to them. So this is very unique and very significant because you're doing it on the ground. You're walking the talk actually. और संवाद की श्रृंखला बनी हुई है और इंटरैक्शन का ये दौर भी फिलहाल चल रहा है. As you can see that he has taken so much time to give to each startup which is very much present here, and that really talks about the kind of genuine intent and energy that is very much reflected in our chief guest, our Honorable Union Minister, Dr. Jitendra Singh, when he interacts with all these startups who are very much present here. as it happens, one can see from here how each one is so eager to tell their side of the story. And that's why this engagement becomes very, very unique, because each one has a story to tell, each one has a lot to explain and to narrate about not only their ideas, but the dreams that they have, how they want to contribute also to the development of the nation, because startup ecosystem has become very, very crucial today as far as the whole idea of Vikasit Bharat, building of our nation is concerned. From one stall to another, as you can see, walking towards each stall, taking time, and then also present his own views. So this sharing of ideas becomes like a very, very unique moment for all of us to witness. Very, very all thankful to our media persons, our friends from the media who are very much present here, and they're also trying to capture all those images. These images are powerful because these are images of what we call a bridge to connect ideas to each other. A beautiful convergence and confluence of ideas happening here. हम जिसे कहते हैं एक समन्वय है जो हम इस वक्त देख पा रहे हैं, एक समन्वय विचारों का, एक समन्वय विकास का, एक समन्वय आगे बढ़ने का, एक समन्वय सबके साथ आगे बढ़ने का. So that is the confluence, the convergence of ideas which leads into growth and development is very much happening here, and it is happening at IICT campus in Hyderabad in this two-day startup conclave. We are also thankful to CSIR, which has facilitated all this, and all its labs, especially those who are present here. As we are awaiting the final few seconds of his arrival in the hall, ladies and gentlemen. as you all know that every startup, each and every startup dreams of becoming a unicorn. Many of them have become those unicorns. Many of them have success as part of their stories to tell. Many of them are still trying to find that success, but that is the whole idea. The idea is to strive, to make those continuous efforts to reach your goal. As they say, when you strive with an eye, so since we are paying our condolences, I would also inform you all that there would be no official kind of or celebratory mode today, no felicitation. And we would just start the proceeding because it's important and significant to start that. First of all, of course, we welcome on the stage formally our chief guest for today, our Union Minister of State Independent Charge, Ministry of Science and Technology and Ministry of Earth Sciences, MOS, PMO, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Department of Atomic Energy and Space, also the Vice President of CSIR, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, our respected leader and Honorable MP, Dr. Rajendra ji, and also our Honorable MLA, Bhandari Lakshma Reddy ji, apart from our three directors from IICT, CCMB and NGRI, that is Dr. N. Srinivasa Reddy ji, Dr. Vinay Nandakuri ji, and Dr. Prakash Kumar ji. But first of all, I would like to now invite onto this stage Dr. N. Srinivasa Reddy ji, who is Director of IICT, for his welcome address, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Honorable Union Minister of Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Minister of State in PMO, Personnel, Public Grievances, Pensions, Atomic Energy and Space, and more than that, Vice President of CSIR. So thank you very much, sir, for sparing time and interest in Startup Conclave. So you are a great promoter for startup culture in India. So I have been closely watching you since my stay in Jammu Kashmir. Sir, you call today's farmer as an agricultural technocrat. So he is well informed about buyers and also crop and also where which you can sow it. Sri Rajendra Garu, so Member of Parliament. Sir, I was told that our constituency, Malkajgiri, is the largest parliamentary constituencies in the entire country in terms of number of electors, close to 30 lakhs. Thank you, sir, for being with us. Sri Bandar Lakshmareddy Garu, so member of Legislative Assembly, Uppal constituency. So he's a very down-to-earth person. Something I common noticed between both the MP and MLAs. So they're always a smiling face and also very energetic always. Thank you, sir, both of you for gracing this occasion. Of course, my fellow directors of CCMB and NGRI, Dr. Vinay Nandukuri and Prakash Kumar, several VIPs. It's difficult to name all the people here who are sitting in the front rows, and including some of the directors, heads, and accomplished scientists present here, and also startup delegates, colleagues from all three labs, members of press, media, both electronic and print media, and everyone who made it today's event. So on behalf of all three laboratories of the CSIR labs, IICT, CCMB, NGRI, I am welcoming you, all of you, for this conclave. It is a great honor to host you all at the Startup Conclave with the theme, Catalyzing Innovation, Connecting Ecosystems. Sir, Hyderabad is a happening place, a beautiful ecosystem. On a lighter note, so we can offer much more than biryani. So in Hyderabad, so we have several reputed academic institutions, research institutions, pharmaceutical industries, biotech companies, startups. The pharmaceutical industry is indeed sector of pride for India today. Just to tell you that 1 out of 3 tablets in USA coming from Hyderabad. So that's something like overall India, but Hyderabad is making a major role. That's kind of big contribution we can take here. So here IICT, for instance, technologies developed in green energy, semiochemicals, chemical engineering, and process technology are now helping young entrepreneurs to commercialize products that are efficient, affordable, and sustainable. From pest control solutions to waste management and developing compostable plastics, the institute is helping startups to tackle real world challenges with science. So I request you all to visit stalls. You will see a range of products and posters on display. So this conclave is a reflection of direction we must make. One where such drives entrepreneurship and in turn, of course, fuels for the research. For this, we need strong policies, faster tech transfer models, and we are trying to do our in a possible best way and better industry academia collaboration. I hope this conclave provides platform for strengthening ties between industry and academia, explores new ideas with potential new startups, inspire youth to take up more towards in this direction. Once again, I welcome you all. So we have made best possible arrangements here. So please take this advantage and visit all the startup booths. I request you to make use of this facility and interact with the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. As you've talked about this whole amalgamation between the research, academia, and industry, I think that collaborative idea is very, very important, and you've talked about it. Before we begin, I must also once again announce and also to tell you a few minutes about our chief guest and Honorable Union Minister. As you have seen while interacting, his energy and enthusiasm, जो उनकी ऊर्जा है, despite his hectic schedule, he never misses a chance to interact with each one of you that he did right now. And that energy, ladies and gentlemen, when you talk about the whole startup movement, is very, very crucial, that he imparts and he reflects as a person and at his work in his own way. And that is something, sir, we feel very thankful and we feel very energized with your enthusiasm and your suggestions and your encouragement. Somebody who reads and writes so vibrantly, somebody who's a diabetologist but has also written 8 books and has been awarded also. So if you look at sir's own biography, it is really, really inspiring. And that inspiration, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about today in this 2-day Startup Conclave. And now it's chance to invite now Mr. Vinay C. Nandakuri, who is the director of CCMB, to give his special remarks, please.
Good afternoon to all of you. It's an honor to have our Minister of Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, our MP, Member of Parliament, Etla Rajendra Garu, MLA, Lakshma Reddy Garu, to this particular conclave that we are organizing between the three labs. And my fellow directors, Dr. Srinivas Reddy, Dr. Prakash, and all the dignitaries of the stage, all my colleagues from all three labs. Thank you for being here. Today what we are doing is something more or less first time from the science and technology end. Startup conclaves have been happening, but more from the IT and other areas. Today what we are doing is all the startups that are kind of associated with the CSIR labs, almost 70 of them are showcasing their various products that they have developed and what they want to take it forward. It's an opportunity for them to interact with the industry leaders. It's an opportunity for them to interact with the general public and scientific leaders, and also our Honorable Minister and our MPG, Dr. Rajendra Gargi and Lakshma Reddy Garu. So it's something that is unique, and it is something that is also talks about the efforts all CSR labs have put together to organize this. And this is the kind of energy that has been brought to basically the way Hyderabad ecosystem is. And we really hope that this startup is only, this particular conclave is only a starting point for what's going to happen in future, and in terms of collaborations between industry, academia, and all the, in general, the ecosystem. And with that, I really don't want to take any further time. I really thank you all for being here and participating in this, and I thank all the people, dignitaries on the stage, for being here and encouraging the ecosystem in Hyderabad. Thank you.
And this ecosystem, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be very vibrant in this two-day startup conclave that is being ensured here, as you can see in this hall, how everybody is participating so enthusiastically in this conclave. And now this is my chance and privilege to invite Dr. Prakash Kumarji, Director of NGRI, to give his special remarks, please.
Good afternoon, all. Honorable Minister of Science and Technology and our beloved Vice President CSIR, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Honorable Member of Parliament, Malkagiri constituency, Sri Etla Rajendra Garu, and Sri Lakshma Reddy Garu, Uppal constituency. Fellow directors, CCMB, Dr. Binay, IICT Director, Dr. Srinivas Reddy, esteemed guests, R&D industry fraternity, stakeholders from Hyderabad city, students, staff from all the three CSR labs, media person, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a very great pleasure for me to welcome you all in this fabulous CSIR startup conclave of Hyderabad city. As you know, this city is, in fact, is a hub of startup and innovation. And interestingly, today is also the Earth Day, which is celebrated all along the globe to consolidate our efforts to save our planet. On this occasion, my best compliment to all of you. And interestingly, the theme of today's this year Earth Day is Our Power, Our Planet, and aiming to produce the renewable energy sources 3 times of the global average by 2030. And CSIR-IICT, one of the CSR labs, is working very vigorously in this direction to produce renewable energy sources like geothermal energy. And this year, I will brief that CSIR-IICT has launched a very ambitious, the 3 projects of national relevance are the assessment of hazard in the Himalayan arc, mapping of the potential geothermal resources all along the country, and integrate the geological and geophysical work hitherto less studied region of India, that is Ladakh. So to understand the Ladakh, the resources, the seismicity, the structure, we have launched last year a very mega project in this direction. And These all R&D works provide, in fact, a immense opportunity to the stakeholders to work, to innovate, to think in the direction of hazard, geothermal, CCUS, AIML, including the quantum computation and groundwater, and to collaborate with us to work in a synergy. I am extremely thankful to our Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, for encouraging us and to organize this wonderful conclave. Such initiatives, in fact, play a very pivotal role in fostering a conducive ecosystem to collaborate, innovate, and transformative ideas. These efforts will undoubtedly contribute to fuel economic growth of the country to realize the Viksit Bharat concept. We are really grateful to you, sir, for your visionary leadership in steering the CSR in this direction. I also express my great gratitude and thankful to all the team members from the 3 labs who worked day and night to realize this mega event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that very crisp and insightful remarks, sir. And as you have said, that all these ambitious plans that under the umbrella of CSIR, all these labs are doing is really, really commendable. And I think the work is still on, and we thank you so much for all that. And now it's my privilege, ladies and gentlemen, to also invite onto the stage again another, I would say, the Karma Yogi was the word that Honorable Prime Minister yesterday on Civil Services Day, when he talked about the architects of modern India, the Viksit Bharat, then basically we are also talking about those who are working on the ground. So my chance is to now very humbly invite Dr. Bandari Lakshma Reddy ji, is the Honorable MLA, and somebody who's worked in the areas of business and agriculture so vibrantly. I invite you, sir, onto the stage.
సెంట్రల్ మినిస్టర్ గారు డాక్టర్ జితేంద్ర సింగ్ గారికి, అలాగనే మా ఈటల రాజేందర్ ఎంపీ గారికి, శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి గారికి, ఇతర డైరెక్టర్లు మీ అందరికీ కూడా నా నమస్కారం. ముఖ్యంగా ఇక్కడ మా కాన్స్టిట్యున్సీలో ఈరోజు జితేంద్ర సింగ్ సార్ రావడము మాకు చాలా సంతోషం. ఇట్లాంటి అన్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ మా దగ్గర మా కాన్స్టిట్యున్సీలో మేజర్గా సెంట్రల్ ఇండస్ట్రీసే ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి. ఎన్ఎఫ్సి, ఈసీఐలు ఇట్లాంటి అన్నీ కూడా మింట్ కాంపౌండ్ ఇట్లాంటివి కూడా చాలా ఉన్నాయి. అక్కడ చాలా కొన్ని జాగాలలో ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. జితేంద్ర సార్ రిక్వెస్ట్ చేయడం జరుగుతుందంటే మా చిన్న ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అన్నీ సాల్వ్ చేయాలని చెప్పి కోరుకుంటున్నాను. అలాగనే నాచారం నుంచి అప్సి కూడా రోడ్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నదో రోడ్డును కూడా రిక్వెస్ట్ చేయడం జరిగింది, అది వైడెన్ చేయాలని చెప్పి తన కూడా ఇప్పుడు యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తున్నాడు. మళ్ళీ ఒక్కసారి స్టేజ్ ద్వారా రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ లాట్.
That was, I'm sure, literally very short, but of course inspiring, sir. And it is again my great privilege now to invite somebody again who has worked so tirelessly and of course with so much of vibrant energy on the ground, not only as a political leader and somebody who's engaged with people. I invite Honorable MP Dr. Catalyzing ji on to the stage to share a few words, sir.
Honorable Union Minister Jitendra Singh ji, Honorable MLA Lakshma Reddy garu, Gaurav Director Srinivas Reddy garu, Director Vinay garu, Director Prakash garu, అందరికీ పేరు పేరున నమస్కారం. వస్తుందా सर, हैदराबाद आप जानते हैं तो आईटी सेंटर है एंड आल्सो फार्मा सेंटर भी है. यहाँ पे जीनोम वैली भी है. आप जानते हैं तो कोरोना टाइम पे जो वैक्सीन बना था हैदराबाद में बना था, Hyderabad is a such place. The progressive and ever research is going on in Telangana. Our prestigious institutions, CCMB, IICT, NGRI, it is proud to my parliamentary constituency. మీ అందరికీ నేను చేసే విజ్ఞప్తి, టుడే ఈజ్ ద ఎరా ఆఫ్ జీనోమ్, టుడే ఈజ్ ద ఎరా ఆఫ్ సైన్స్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ. దానికి కేంద్రం హైదరాబాద్ కావడం గర్వకారణం. ఇవాళ ఇక్కడ ఇలాంటి ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ మాత్రమే కాకుండా అనేక రకాల ఫార్మా కంపెనీలు, ఐటీ కంపెనీలు, ప్రభుత్వ రంగ రక్షణ సంస్థలకు నిలయం హైదరాబాద్. హైదరాబాద్లో మ్యాన్ పవర్ ఎక్కువ లేదు. ఇవాళ మొత్తం దేశంలోనే అనేక రంగాల్లో హైదరాబాద్ నంబర్ 1 స్థానం దూసుకుపోతూ ఉంది. రాబోయే కాలంలో కూడా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వ అండతో సహకారంతో మరింత గొప్పగా హైదరాబాద్ తన స్థానాన్ని నిలబెట్టుకుందని చెప్పి నేను ఆశిస్తా ఉన్నాను. ఇవాళ మోడీ గారు వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఈ 10-11 సంవత్సరాల కాలంలో అనేక రకాల ఆవిష్కరణలకు నిలయం భారతదేశం అయిపోయింది. వన్స్ అపాన్ ఎ టైమ్ ఇండియా ఈజ్ ద థర్డ్ వరల్డ్ కంట్రీ, ద పోర్ కంట్రీ. కానీ టుడే ఇవాళ హైదరాబాద్ అతివేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతున్న దేశం ప్రపంచంలో తెలంగాణ ఇవాళ దేశం, మన భారతదేశం, మన మొత్తం దేశంలో అతివేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతున్నటువంటి దేశం భారతదేశంగా ఇవాళ నిలిచింది. మోడీ గారు వచ్చిన తర్వాత మీరు చూసిండ్రు, 11వ ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థకు ఉన్న భారత్ 5వ ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థగా ఎదిగింది. దానికి కారణం ఇవాళ ఈ ప్రపంచం మొత్తంలో యువశక్తి కలిగిన దేశం భారతదేశం, యువశక్తి కలిగిన దేశం భారతదేశం. మోడీ గారు ప్రపంచంలో ఏ దేశానికి వెళ్ళినప్పటికీ కూడా ఒకటే ఒక మాట చెప్తున్నారు, ఇవాళ మేము అత్యంత వేగంగా దూసుకుపోతున్నటువంటి దేశం ఇది. అంతేకాదు అనేక రకాల ఇవాళ క్యాపిటల్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్తో, అనేక రకాల ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ డెవలప్మెంట్తో ప్రపంచానికే ఆదర్శవంతంగా నిలుస్తున్న దేశం భారతదేశం అని చెప్పి మనం ఇవాళ మన కళ్ళ ముందు కనబడతా ఉంది. ఒకనాడు ఏదో దేశం సపోర్ట్ చేస్తే తప్ప, వరల్డ్ బ్యాంక్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తే తప్ప, ఏషియన్ డెవలప్మెంట్ బ్యాంక్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తే తప్ప నిలబడని దేశం ఇవాళ ఎవరి మీద డిపెండ్ కాకుండా తన కాళ్ళ మీద తను నిలబడి రేపు రాబోయే కాలంలో 3వ అతిపెద్ద ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థగా ఎదగాలని చెప్పి నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారి యొక్క ఆలోచనతో ముందుకు దూసుకుపోతున్నటువంటి దేశం భారతదేశం. ఆ దేశం, మన భారతదేశంలో హైదరాబాద్ ఇలా నంబర్ 1 స్థానాన్ని సంతరించుకుంటుందని చెప్పి ఈ సందర్భంలో చేస్తా ఉన్నాం. మీకు తెలిసి వాళ్ళ ఒకప్పుడు అగ్రికల్చర్లో కావచ్చు, ఒకప్పుడు ఫార్మా రంగంలో కావచ్చు, ఇతర రంగాల్లో ఎంత కాస్ట్లీ ఉండేదో, ఎంత ఒక 10 ఏళ్ళు 20 ఏళ్ళు అమెరికా లాంటి యూరోప్ లాంటి దేశాల్లో వచ్చిన తర్వాత మన దగ్గరికి వచ్చేది. కానీ ఇవాళ అట్లా కాదు. ఇవాళ ప్రపంచంలో ఏ మూలలో ఏమొచ్చినా కూడా మన దేశంలో దాన్ని ఛాలెంజ్ తీసుకొని డెవలప్ అయ్యే పరిస్థితి తీసుకొస్తా ఉన్నాం. ఇవాళ మన దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి యువశక్తి, ఇవాళ మోడీ గారు వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఐఐటీలు కావచ్చు, మోడీ గారు వచ్చిన తర్వాత రీజనల్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఎన్ఐటీలు కావచ్చు, ఇలా మోడీ గారు వచ్చిన తర్వాత వైద్య రంగం కావచ్చు, అనేక రంగాల్లో గత 65 సంవత్సరాల కాలంలో ఏ డెవలప్మెంట్ వచ్చిందో 10 సంవత్సరాల కాలంలోనే అన్ని మెడికల్ కాలేజీలు, అన్ని ఐఐటీలు, అన్ని ఎన్ఐటీలు, అనేక రకాల కొత్త కొత్త కోర్సులకు సంబంధించినటువంటి వాటిని ఆవిష్కరించుకొని ఇవాళ ముందుకు పోతా ఉన్నాం. ఇవాళ మీ అందరికీ నేను ఒకటే విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తూ ఉన్నా, మోడీ గారు 2024-25 బడ్జెట్లో, ఇవాళ 25-26 బడ్జెట్లో వారి సపోర్ట్ చూస్తూ ఉంటే ఏ యువశక్తి అయితే కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణలకు రూపశిల్పిగా ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళకు సపోర్ట్ చేయాల్సి అక్కడ ఉంది. వాళ్ళు పేదవాళ్ళుగా ఉండొచ్చు, వాళ్ళకు బ్యాంకులు సపోర్ట్ చేయకపోవచ్చు, వాళ్ళకు ఫైనాన్షియల్గా కొంత ఇబ్బంది ఉండొచ్చు. అలాంటి ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా బ్యాంకర్స్కి ఆదేశాలు ఇచ్చి స్వయంగా ప్రభుత్వమే నిరుద్యోగ సమస్య పరిష్కారం కోసం 4 లక్షల కోట్ల రూపాయలు బాధ్యత బడ్జెట్లో పెట్టి ఇవాళ ఎవరైతే న్యూ రీసెర్చ్ స్కాలర్స్ ఉన్నారో, ఎవరైతే కొత్త కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణల కోసం వాళ్ళు ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్లకు ఎక్కడ కూడా సెక్యూరిటీ లేకుండా రుణాలు ఇచ్చే పద్ధతి కానీ, వాళ్ళు కనుక ముందుకు పోతా అంటే వాళ్ళకు వితౌట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, వితౌట్ మళ్ళీ రీపేమెంట్ ఒక 5 లక్షల వరకు, 10 లక్షల వరకు, 20 లక్షల వరకు సపోర్ట్ చేసే విధానం కూడా దానికి కారణమని చెప్పి మనం చేస్తూ ఉన్నా. అందువల్ల ఇవాళ రీసెర్చ్ చేసుకునే వాళ్ళకు, కొత్త కొత్త ఆవిష్కరణలకు ఉత్సాహం ఉన్న వాళ్ళకు ఈ దేశం ఎంత ప్రోత్సాహిస్తుందో మనకు అర్థమవుతూ ఉంది. కాబట్టి డెఫినెట్గా రాబోయే కాలంలో ఇవాళ మానవ శక్తి గొప్పగా ఉన్న దేశం, ఆ మానవ శక్తి క్వాలిటేటివ్గా ఉండాలి, ఆ మానవ శక్తి నాలెడ్జబుల్గా ఉండాలి, ఆ మానవ శక్తి చాలా క్రియేటివిటీగా ఉండాలి. దానికి ఏ ఆర్థికమైతే దానికి డెఫిషియన్సీ ఉందో దాన్ని మేము ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తామని చెప్పి ఇవాళ మోడీ గారు, కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ముందుకొచ్చి చేస్తూ ఉంది. కాబట్టి మీరు దేనికి అడ్డు లేకుండా, దేనికి భయపడకుండా, మనం ఒక్కొక్కసారి కొంత వైఫల్యం కూడా చెందవచ్చు. వైఫల్యం చెందినప్పటికి కూడా మనం వెనుకకు పోకుండా, కొంత లాస్ వచ్చినప్పటికి కూడా వెనుకకు పోకుండా మన ఆవిష్కరణల విషయంలో, మన క్రియేటివిటీ విషయంలో ముందుకు తీసుకోవడంలో మీరు గొప్ప పాత్ర పోషించాలని చెప్పి నేను మనవి చేస్తూ ఉన్నా. నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు ఇలా ప్రపంచంలో ఏ దేశానికి వెళ్ళినప్పటికీ కూడా మీరు చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు ఎంత గౌరవం దొరుకుతుందో చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు. మొన్న నేను ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినట్టుగా కరోనా వచ్చినప్పుడు ప్రపంచమంతా కూడా వణికిపోతున్నప్పుడు భారతదేశం లాంటి దేశంలో కరోనా వస్తే శవాల గుట్టలైతే అని చెప్పి చాలామంది ప్రవచించారు. అమెరికా కాబట్టి ట్యాకిల్ చేయగలిగింది, చైనా కాబట్టి ట్యాకిల్ చేయగలిగిందని చెప్పినారు. కానీ ప్రధానమంత్రి గారు జడవకుండా, వెరవకుండా, అధైర్యపడకుండా, దీనికి ఇప్పటికిప్పుడు వ్యాక్సిన్ లేకపోవచ్చు, మందు లేకపోవచ్చు, ధైర్యమే మందని చెప్పి ధైర్యం ఇచ్చి దేశాన్ని కాపాడిన బిడ్డ నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు. దీనికి శాశ్వత పరిష్కారం కావాలంటే, ఇవాళ ఈ కరోనాకు శాశ్వత పరిష్కారం కావాలంటే, ఈ భయం గుప్పిడి నుంచి మానవాళి బయట పడాలంటే ఒక వ్యాక్సిన్ రావాల్సిన అక్కడ ఉందని చెప్పి భావించి వారు ఎన్ని వేల కోట్ల రూపాయలను ఖర్చు పెడదామని చెప్పి స్వయంగా భారత ఖజానా నుంచి డబ్బులు శాంక్షన్ చేసి, సపోర్ట్ చేసి ఇవాళ వ్యాక్సిన్ ఉత్పత్తి చేసి మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా ఎప్పుడైనా వ్యాక్సిన్ లాంటివి, ఎప్పుడైనా మందులు లాంటివి మనం ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకునేది, కానీ మనమే వ్యాక్సిన్ని ప్రపంచ దేశాలకు ఎక్స్పోర్ట్ చేసి మానవాళికి రక్షణ ఇచ్చిన దేశం భారతదేశం అని చెప్పి మనం చేస్తూ ఉన్నాం. ఇంతకుముందు లాస్ట్ చాలా చూస్తూ ఉన్నాం. మేము సాంబ మసూర గురించి మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నాం. ఒకప్పుడు వ్యవసాయంలో మొక్కజొన్నలు, వడ్లు 5 బస్తాలు 6 బస్తాలతో ఉండేది. ఇవాళ జీనోమ్ ఎరా అనేది చెప్పుకున్నామో 60 బస్తాలు 70 బస్తాలుతో పండించుకున్నటువంటి పరిస్థితికి ఈ హైదరాబాద్ మా రాజేంద్ర నగర్లో ఉన్నటువంటి అగ్రికల్చర్ యూనివర్సిటీ కేంద్ర బిందువు అయింది. ఇవాళ ఒక ఆర్టికల్ వచ్చింది మొన్న, ప్రపంచంలో ఏ దేశానికి ఆకలేసినా కూడా అన్నం పెట్టగలిగే సత్తా శక్తి నా భారత్ సంతరించుకుందని చెప్పి మొన్న ఒక ఆర్టికల్ రాసిందంటే ఇవాళ వ్యవసాయ శాస్త్రవేత్తలు ఏ విధంగా పనిచేస్తూ ఉన్నారో దాన్ని బట్టి మనకు అర్థమవుతూ ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఇలా అన్ని రంగాల్లో మీరు ఏ రంగాన్ని చూసినప్పటికీ కూడా ఒకప్పుడు పేదవాళ్ళమని చెప్పి కుంగిపోయేది, ఒకప్పుడు మనం గరీబోళ్ళమని కుంగిపోయేది, ఒకప్పుడు అమెరికా లాంటి దేశం సపోర్ట్ చేస్తేనే మనం ముందుకు పోతామనే పరిస్థితి ఉండేది. కానీ ఇవాళ ఆ పరిస్థితి లేదు. ఇవాళ మోడీ గారి ఆలోచన మీరు చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఈ హైదరాబాద్లో ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ రంగం విషయంలో ఒక మాట చెప్పదలుచుకున్నా. స్వతంత్రం వచ్చినప్పటి నుంచి కూడా ఇవాళ రైల్వే స్టేషన్ నిర్మాణం కావచ్చు, ఎయిర్పోర్ట్ నిర్మాణం కావచ్చు, ఇవాళ నేషనల్ హైవేస్ నిర్మాణం కావచ్చు, ఎంత వేగంగా అభివృద్ధి చెందుతున్నామో. ఇవాళ మీరు నాంపల్లి, ఇవాళ కాచిగూడ, ఇవాళ సికింద్రాబాద్, అటు పక్కకు చెర్లపల్లి ఒక 2500 కోట్ల రూపాయలతో ఇప్పటి పరిస్థితులకు అనుగుణంగా, మారిన పరిస్థితులకు అనుగుణంగా మనం కూడా గొప్పగా ఉండాలని చెప్పి ఎయిర్పోర్ట్లను తలపించే పద్ధతిలో నిర్మాణం చేస్తున్నామంటే మన మోడీ గారు, మన దేశం ఎటువైపు ఆలోచన చేస్తుందో మనకు అర్థం కావాలి. కాబట్టి దయచేసి మిమ్మల్ని ఒక్కడే కోరుతా ఉన్నా, మనం ఇంకా చిన్నవాళ్ళము, పేదవాళ్ళము, సపోర్ట్ లేదనే భావన కాకుండా అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి మనకు. ఆకాశమే హద్దుగా మనం ఇవాళ ఎదగవలసి అక్కడ ఉన్నది. మీ ఎదుగుదల, మీ మేధస్సు వికసిస్తే, మీరు గొప్పగా రీసెర్చ్ చేస్తే, మీరు గొప్పగా ఎదిగితే మీ ఎదుగుదలలో దేశం ఎదుగుతున్నటువంటి విషయాన్ని నమ్మేటువంటి వ్యక్తి నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు. కాబట్టి నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు. కాబట్టి మీరు ఈ దేశాన్ని ముందు తీసుకువెళ్ళడంలో మోడీ గారు కళ్ళగన్న ఈ దేశంలో ఆకలి కేకలు లేని ఆత్మహత్యలు లేని ఒక సుసంపన్నమైన దేశం ఎదగాలని చెప్పి అంబేద్కర్ గారు ఏదో కళ్ళగన్నారో ఆ కళను సాకారం చేసే రోజు వచ్చింది. ఆ కళని సాకారం చేసే శక్తి యుక్తి నా యువశక్తికి మాత్రమే ఉంది, నా విద్యార్థులకు మాత్రమే ఉందని చెప్పి నమ్ముతున్న మహనీయుడు నరేంద్ర మోడీ గారు. కాబట్టి మీరందరూ కూడా ప్రభుత్వ అండదండలతో మీరు గొప్పగా ఎదగాలి, దేశాన్ని కూడా ముందుకు తీసుకుపోవాలి. ఏ పేదరికం ఇవాళ మనం వెంటాడుతూ ఉందో, ఏ బాధలు మనం వెంటాడుతూ ఉన్నాయో, మనం ఎన్ని బాధలతో మనం చూస్తామో వాటన్నిటికీ పరిష్కారం చూపగలిగే శక్తి సత్తా మీ చేతిలో ఉంది. కాబట్టి మీరు తప్పకుండా ఆ దిశగా ఆలోచన చేసి దేశాన్ని ముందుకు తీసుకుపోవడంలో మీ మేధస్సు గొప్పగా ఇవాళ ఎదగాలని చెప్పి కోరుకుంటూ మీ అందరి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ తెలుసుకున్న నమస్కారం. భారత్ మాతాకి జై.
Thank you so much, sir. All I could, of course, understand is the bhava. And the bhava is that all the support, whether it's technology, infrastructure, or any other, I'm sure, would be provided to you. And I think that's very, very encouraging. Thank you so much, sir, for that inspiring speech. And now, of course, the next session is going to be very, very interesting because this is about the startups pitches. As they say that when as a startup you work hard, achieve your goal, become a unicorn, and then you have lots to show off. When you do not succeed actually, then you have lots of stories to share. So that's where each startup is. They have all so much to offer in terms of what they are doing and that seed of idea which grows into like a wide tree for everyone to benefit from. So this startup pitch now, I would invite some of the startups here to present their ideas here. But of course the time limit is 2 minutes, so please stick to that. The first startup that I'm going to invite here is Greenworks Bio Products Private Limited. I invite Ms. Shivani Rai here. This one is supported by CSIR-IICT and developing sustainable, degradable, also about alternative and conventional plastics and packaging. So that's the area that they are working in. I invite Ms. Shivani Rai here. 2 minutes, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here at Startup Conclave Hyderabad 2025, organized by CSIR Labs. We are truly grateful to be a part of this platform that brings together science, startup, and meaningful innovation. A heartfelt thank you to Dr. Conclave, DG CSIR, Dr. D.S. Reddy, Director IICT, for a visionary leadership and encouragement for industry-led innovation. We are deeply honored to be a part of this conclave and inaugurated by Dr. Jitendra Singh, Honorable Union Minister of State for Science and Technology and Vice President CSIR, and Shri Etla Rajendra Reddy, sir. At Greenworks Bio, we are building a future of material which is truly sustainable and scalable to meet increasing plastic demand. With in-house made in India technology, we are manufacturing biodegradable compostable alternatives to single-use plastic, which has already been adopted at large scale by pioneers in the industry. Our partnership with CSIR-IICT have been pivotal to our growth. Together, we have combined starch-based material with nanocellulose to create high-performance, truly compostable packaging. With Dr. Vineet Anya and his team, we have moved from lab scale to production, proving that science and startup can co-create real impact. Our aim is not just innovating with product, but building a completely circular system, and this partnership is a true testament to that. As I conclude, I'd like to say we are here to share what we have built and where we are heading forward. We warmly invite everyone to our stall at Greenworks exhibition to explore our product and understand how we are turning science into real-life sustainable solution. Thank you once again to CSIR-IICT and entire CSIR network and all the dignitaries present here today for this incredible opportunity. This is just a beginning and we are very excited about what lies ahead. Thank you.
And the next one that I'm going to call onto this stage is from Altheon Tech Innovations Private Limited. Is not there. Okay, so the next one I'm going to call onto the stage is, of course, a name that we know of, Skyroot Aerospace. Dr. CSV Kiran, I am inviting you onto the stage. This is supported by CSIR NGRI. India's first private aerospace company which is focused on developing indigenous space launch archaeologies. So thank you so much, and please share your presentation.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be present on the dais in front of the dignitaries. Thank you very much, sir. Dr. Jitendra Singh ji has been always very, very considerate to the space ecosystem as well as to the entire deep tech ecosystem. And thank you also for the directors for giving us this opportunity. And we at Hyderabad are building rockets, as all of you know. And these rockets, what we build, are through the Indian space ecosystem. So we are the first private company to build and have launched this mission Praram, the Vikram S, and we are aiming towards our orbital class launch vehicle towards the third quarter of this year. So in all these rockets, what we build and what we launch, the most important things are the materials, where the backbone entirely comes from all the minerals and exploratory things what our CSIR labs have been doing. The backbone of these things are the critical minerals. And critical mineral resources, especially in the country, are vital for India's strategic futures. So India's strategic futures, whatever we do, and we have to master these critical resources, especially, as you all know, in various ecosystems of lithium, cobalt, rare earths, or nickel, which are, interdisciplinarily used in various sectors of space, defense, and the atomic energy. These are just not raw materials, but they are actually the backbone of our national security and advanced technology systems. We are already taking very strong steps through the support, as we have already heard and also have seen in a lot of media. The critical minerals have been updated on a regular basis. Kabil has been created, and we are also trying to secure a lot of national global assets. The PLI schemes are catalyzing basically the battery and the electronics manufacturing. Geological mapping is becoming smarter and also more data-driven. But there are a lot of gaps which are still existent in the midstream and downstream parts of the value chain of the critical minerals, which are very important for all the strategic sectors. Upstream, we should actually scale up a lot using AI tools and advanced geoscience methods. In the midstream, we lack a lot of refining, separation, and processing capabilities for the critical minerals, which are essential and also pose a strategic vulnerability, and we must address these things on a global scale and also catering to the needs what India needs. In the downstream, we need investments for high-value components, especially be it battery precursors or the magnetic materials or the superalloy components. These are completely essential for our defense, the EV ecosystem, as well as the space ecosystem. Materials used in launch vehicles, satellite subsystems, thermal shielding, and propulsion systems. What we must improve, we should try to have a national critical minerals mission led by all the ministries which are engaged in individual activities. The critical minerals diplomacy cell inside the Ministry of External Affairs, which gives also the possibility to forge strategic partnerships with various countries, which are already happening, but on a much larger scale beyond what China is currently capable of. Thirdly, a strategic minerals innovation fund, which can support the Indian R&D in metallurgy, recycling, and extraction technologies. Finally, revamping the entire curricula of materials throughout the country. This generates a lot of experts in sustaining future mining and critical mineral technologies, which are not only pivotal currently in the growing India or the deep tech space ecosystem, but are also going to be used for in-space activities, where in-space mining is globally becoming very vital. So if we move forward, we should move forward towards being a raw material exporter to being a leader across the entire critical mineral value chain, also from the all the three streams, upstream, downstream, and midstream activities. If we enact now, we can actually ensure strategic autonomy in clean energy, defense, space, and atomic energy. If we delay, we risk in dependency sectors, especially that define our nation's future. Let's make critical minerals the bedrock of truly Atmanirbhar Bharat on land, in air, and in space. Jai Hind.
So since we could not call the Altheon, who was not present here, we called the StarTune startup. Mr. Suresh, if you could please come onto the stage and pitch your presentation and startup idea. Suresh from StarTune, please.
Good afternoon all. My name is Suresh and I'm an engineer, alumnus of IIT Madras, IIM Calcutta. I'm here to represent Statoon Labs. I'm the founder of the company, and Maitri, who is my wife, she's also the founder. It's a women-led company. It's a medical technology company, and I'm very happy to share that in the last 7 years, we have actually invented a product which is not there in the world yet, and the kind of value that it is adding in the field of diagnostics is immense. I'm here to show you the product Fizi. It's completely researched, designed, developed, and manufactured here in Hyderabad. My company is ISO 13485 certified for quality management system, and the best part is we have also received US FDA listing for this product, and being the first in the state of Telangana to have done this. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So what it does is, it's a small wearable device, and it gives you that piece of information in clinical diagnosis, which is currently not caught in an X-ray, MRI, or a CT scan. So these are the diagnostic tests that are done for joint pains. So what we are doing is, we have a diagnostic device and the test for joint pains, where if the pain is because of muscles, we can actually quantify with a report, an AI-generated report, and that tells which muscle is the cause of pain, and we also give recommendations with respect to which direction the therapy should go. So we are one of the first of its kind in the world, and very happy to share that we have collaborated with diagnostic centers in the country, where we are also offering preventive and predictive joint health analysis, where early intervention can happen and measures can be taken to reduce the cases of osteoarthritis and other surgeries in the musculoskeletal space. So we are doing a lot of work in neurological space and women's health also, but very glad to have got this platform. We are incubated by Atal Incubation Center, CCMB, and for many years now, we are also invested by them. And thank you so much for this opportunity, and it's an honor to present this to all the respected dignitaries on this stage and off this stage. Jai Hind. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sureshji, that you have presented your idea. Of course, as we are watching, there's a range of startup which is coming in various sectors, whether it be energy, pharma, health, agriculture, and so many wide range of sectors that startups are now working on their own goals and dreams, and they're turning it into realities. The next segment, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a very crucial and key segment. This is about MOU signing and the formal signing of MOU and technology transfer agreements between CSIR Labs and their industry partners. So I'm going to call upon the stage the first such industry, which is Vinati Organics Limited, and the representative is Mr. Abhay Joshi. The project lead here is Dr. Pratap Kumar. I'm also calling from IICT, Dr. Praveen Likhar, and also the director of IICT, Dr. N. Srinivas Reddy, to be on the stage, please. Vinati Organics and IICT here. The formal signing of MOU and technology transfer. Okay, the next one that I'm calling upon the stage is Devi Bio CNG Private Limited. The representative is Mr. Adivi Leela Nagaraju, and the project leads are Mr. Pavaluri Srinivasu, Dr. P. Anand, and of course the business development head and director of IICT. Devi Bio CNG Private Limited. Mr. Pavaluru Srinivasu. The MOU and technology transfer agreement. This is the whole soul of Startup Conclave, which is happening, a very important element and segment. So this is memorandum of understanding. And the next one that I'm calling on to the stage is ARK Bioenergy Private Limited. The next one is ARK Bioenergy Private Limited. Representatives are Mr. Gummi Ramareddy and Mr. Sairam. Project leads are Dr. A.G. Rao and Dr. Samina. I also invite the Business Development Head and Director of IICT here, please, for the MOU between CSIR and IICT and ARK Bioenergy Private Limited. Many congratulations to all the stakeholders here, to CSIR-IICT and all the different MOUs signed by different organizations. And now the time for technology transfer by CSIR-IICT, and I call upon the stage is Akar Innovations Private Limited, representative is Mr. Jaideep Mandal, technology developed under the leadership of Dr. Vineet Anya. I also invite onto the stage Business Development Head and Director of IICT. Many congratulations for this technology transfer, CSIR-IICT and Akar Innovations Private Limited. And now I invite onto the stage for the MOU under CSIR-CCMB, a collaborative AI Research Labs Foundation. Representative is Mr. Rama Mohan and project lead is Mr. Madhusudana Rao Nalam, I'm sorry. And I call upon to the stage Director CCMB, and also the other colleagues. With the Director CCMB, Dr. Ritvika and Dr. Ramji. This is the Collaborative AI Research Labs Foundation and CCMB. I now call upon the stage Bioscience Alliance, that's BSA, County of Ventura, USA. Representative is Mr. Brent Rinke, Indian spoke by Dr. Ramji Palela, project lead Dr. Madhusudana Rao Nalam. I call upon the stage again Director CCMB, Dr. Ritika and Dr. Ramji. CSIR, CCMB and the MOU with these organizations. Many congratulations. And now it's the turn of MOU with CSIR NGRI, and the organization is Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited, NPCIL. Representative is Mr. J.K. Jain and project lead by Dr. H.V.S. Satyanarayana and the Business Development Head Dr. M.G. Nandan and Director of NGRI to be on the stage, please. CSIR, NGRI and Nuclear Power Corporation of India Limited. So all the project leads and representatives, I hope they have been on the stage, signed an exchange of documents which has already happened. So many congratulations to all, because this is the whole purpose and goal of these startup conclaves, is to create those exchange and ideas of coming together. The industry, research, academia, everyone coming together, and CSIR and CSIR labs are really taking a lead there, as we have seen right now onto the stage. And now comes the great chance for all of us to witness something which we've all been waiting for, and which is going to be our esteemed chief guest and Union Minister of State Independent Charge Science and Technology, Minister of Earth Sciences, MOS, PMO, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Department for Atomic Energy and Space, and Vice President of CSIR, Dr. Jitendra Singh, to address and also share ideas of inspiration with you all here. Sir.
On the dais, Honorable Member of Parliament and your popular representative श्री ईटला राजेंद्र जी, सबसे पहले तो आप ही को मुबारकबाद देनी है कि आपके इलाके और आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में ये इतना बड़ा कार्यक्रम और आयोजन हो रहा है। जैसा कि डॉक्टर रेड्डी ने खुद कहा कि इससे पहले हैदराबाद में कहीं देखने को नहीं मिला। तो मैं सोच रहा था कि शायद इसी बात का इंतज़ार था कि ईटला राजेंद्र जी यहाँ से एमपी बने तो उसके बाद ये प्रोग्राम हो। तो इतने साल इसी इंतज़ार में गुजर गए। हमारे बहुत अच्छे दोस्त मित्र भी हैं। जब ये असेंबली में थे तब भी मैं इनके असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में जाता था और जितनी लोकप्रियता पॉपुलैरिटी ही enjoys in his people, I think that is worth seeing for each one of us in public life. उसके साथ हमारे यंग मेंबर ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली लक्ष्मा रेड्डी जी, CSIR-IICT Director Dr. Srinivas Reddy, whose idea was to have such kind of program. So I have to congratulate him also for bringing all others together to have a program like this. CSIR CCMP Dr. Vinay Nandikuri ji, CSIR NGRI Director Dr. Prakash. I can see a galaxy of directors seated over here, senior members of the scientific fraternity, startups, students, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is actually the visual or the scene which Prime Minister Modi has always been insisting on, a whole of science and a whole of government gathered together under a single roof today. And it doesn't happen very often. I was asking somebody before I came here, I said, how often do these three institutes meet? Three CSIR labs in Hyderabad. And the young man who knew CSIR quite well, he said, sir, they don't meet, but they quarrel quite often. Which means that they hardly see eye to eye. But I have taken upon myself this responsibility to integrate all the institutes, because as we keep talking of playing a global role, being a global player, then we have to follow the global strategies. And the global strategy which has proved to be a success anywhere in the world is an integrated, holistic, a team approach. And none of the science stories have been successful by working in silos. So we started this process. 2 years back, I told Director General Dr. Catalyzing, I said, most of your labs are doing wonderful work, but the people outside are hardly aware. And then I insisted on each of the directors, and I'm again reiterating here, whenever you have a congregation or a gathering like this, please make sure that you also bring in the stakeholders, the representatives of the market, the representatives of the industry, the students, the startups. If your main domain is agriculture, then farmers. But we don't do that. So when I started insisting, Dr. Reddy was there in another lab earlier, that was IIIM, where he was dealing mostly with the aroma mission, floric mission. and also, in a way, living up to what Prime Minister said, doubling farmers' income. But never had the farmers been allowed to enter the lab. So I insisted, and we had a program where exclusively only the farmers were made to speak. तो इटला राजेंद्र जी सिर्फ किसानों का कार्यक्रम किया, क्यों किसानों का इंस्टीट्यूट, तो पहली बार किसान आया। हमने कहा ना इटला जी बोलेगा ना ये बोलेगा, सिर्फ किसान बोलेगा और अपना अनुभव बताएगा। तो वो बोला, क्या बोला? बोला साहब हम यहाँ से जाते थे, गेट बंद होता था, हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं क्या, हमने आजू बाजू के गांव वाले से पूछा यहाँ क्या होता है, वो बोलता है यहाँ साइंटिस्ट मेंढक काटता है, रात को भूत नाचते हैं। So this was, instead of knowing what all was being done for their benefit, these were the myths and stories going around. So I suggested to Dr. Catalyzing, we'll have 1 year campaign, 1 week, 1 lab. So you showcase what you are doing to the rest of the society through social media, through exhibition, through bringing in conducted tours. And this year I said we will have 1 week, 1 theme, which means many of our CSIR institutes are having overlapping domains. They should come together, and next year we would extend it further. For example, in biotechnology, you have a lot of work being done similar to what is being done in these 3 institutes over here. Why not we have a combined program? We synergize our resources. That will reduce pilferage also. That will add value also. And you cannot sustain if you don't have the industry and the common masses by your side. They have to demand your services. Otherwise, you will always have this image of working in some isolated, solitary lab. And as they said, कि मेंढक काट रहे हैं, पता नहीं बकरे काट रहे हैं अंदर बैठ के. So in an age of information, if this is the kind of image we have to do seriously, also to live up to the goal of adding to country's value by the innovative work that is being done. And therefore I said this is the best, one of the best evidences I am seeing today. I feel extremely gratified. Whole of science, whole of government, and the theme which Dr. Reddy, Dr. Vinay and Dr. Prakash have very wisely chosen, catalyzing innovation, connecting ecosystems. Now this theme itself not only combines whole of science and whole of government, but also whole of nation and whole of society. Because it also incorporates startups, students, entrepreneurs, industry, investors, policymakers, and that's how exactly it should be. Now one of the startups was talking about the space sector. We take great pleasure in mentioning NASA, how rapidly they have progressed. But they never depended only on government. They were open to the people. 60–70% of resources came from the non-government sources. Unless you open up your gates to others, how are you going to be helped by others? And now we have started doing that. This government is very open to a larger integration involving the private sector, involving the public sector, involving all the stakeholders. And I think from that point of view, this is one of the best times happening for science, one of the best times happening for the youth of the country. And therefore, this is also one of the most appropriate times to hold an event like this. And also because in the last 10–11 years, Prime Minister Modi, with his natural scientific temper, has been personally patronizing each and every scientific endeavor, scientific initiative. And virtually there is a resurgence of science departments in the country. Suddenly the science departments are in the news now. Otherwise there was hardly any news. I was in the business of organizing medical science conferences for several years, for 30 decades, 3 decades. And I remember once about 20 years back, I said, we don't get any news for our meetings. So one of my juniors said, sir, because you don't call a politician for a chief guest. I said, okay, we'll try that. The meeting was held in Chennai. We called one of the ministers. He could not come. Then we called the speaker of the assembly. The next day I said, is there any news about us? They started searching. Then suddenly he said, yes sir, 1 column news in Hindu. I said, let me see. And he had reported what the speaker had said, not what we had said. So that was the kind of significance. Now at least under Prime Minister Modi, we are now getting space in media, in social platforms, in media platforms. So we have an opportunity, and that's why I said resurgence. And it is now showing everywhere. If you take space sector, and the esteem has gone up. Whether it's Chandrayaan, whether it's Aditya, whether it's SpaceX, docking, undocking, nobody had ever thought. Only yesterday we had a second successful docking with the SpaceX. So some of these world success stories, because we have opened up. Now space also opened up to the private sector. I don't know why they were functioning behind a wheel of secrecy for so many years. And this year in the budget, we have also announced that we'll open up the nuclear sector also. When the Google is watching and peeping inside your bedroom, what business and what satisfaction do you draw by making this a prohibited area? I remember many years back, a family of one of the atomic energy secretaries came to look him up in one of the plants. I think it was Kundakul. So the children out of their fancy took a photograph outside that board displaying the name of the institute. And next day there was an explanation. Why had this happened? This is all absurd now. So we have to be realistic. If we want to compete globally, on the one hand we are talking of, now we are fifth economy, we'll go to 3, we'll go to 2, we'll go to 1. How do we go if we don't follow? Our strategies have to be global, our parameters have to be global, our benchmarks have to be global. Similarly, and that's why I said this is the government which is most forthcoming. Now in biotechnology, for example, we are the first, and I'm sure, I think very soon we'll have to integrate more closely, because CSIR and DBT have very much in common. We are among the first countries in the world to have an independent, dedicated biotechnology policy called BioE3, Biotechnology for Environment, Employment and Economy. We were just 50 startups in biotechnology in 2014. It is embarrassing even to say 50, 50, in a country of 120 billion, 120 crore. Today we have gone up to more than 10,000. Bioeconomy was just $10 billion, we have gone up to 160, 170 billion dollars. So rapid has been the growth. We are among the first 4 or 5 countries in the world who have launched a dedicated quantum policy, national quantum mission. So no longer we are behind others. Even in CSIR, they have come out with success stories. I'm glad. I have to compliment Dr. Reddy was there earlier. Dr. Prakash was there, your predecessor. Your predecessor, what was his name? Yeah. Vishwakarma was there, then Reddy, and then both of them together, they started that Aroma mission, which has now become a success story being talked about all over the world. Prime Minister Modi spoke about it in Man Ki Baat, dedicated over 3-4 minutes describing what it was. The Republic Day showed a tableau. But why it has become a success story? Why people are talking about it? You know why? Not because Reddy is a very big scientist, of course he is, I am not denying it. Not because Vishwakarma is, because 3,000 youngsters got lucrative entrepreneurship, lucrative employment from that. And the average, the minimum, I was just calculating yesterday, the minimum income by each of these 3,000 is 60 lakh per annum. Or 65, which means about 6 lakh per month. That is the minimum. Some of them are earning much more. And that has exploded a myth. That has exploded a myth that you have to be a very great scientist or very educated person. I think 20-25% of your boys are not even graduates. So living in a country like India and shutting our eyes and not being realistic doesn't help. So I must compliment this, because in India, our exclusive domain is agriculture. Our exclusive domain is marine resources, nearly 1,100 kilometer long coastal area. And now for the first time we have started looking at that. Our exclusive resources are Himalayas. Now incidentally what happened, the concept of startup came from West. It landed in Bangalore. It didn't land in Hyderabad. So it landed in Bangalore, and Bangalore was known as IT city. So everybody thought startup means IT, startup means IT, startup means IT. You have to be a PhD, you have to be a scientist. Nothing like that. Please, the first service that you can do to the society is to wash away this myth. You have to be innovative, you have to be creative, you have to have an aptitude, and you have to have a junoon to be a startup. You don't have to be a scientist. Now the CSIR, this aroma, I think, is a success story which needs to be widely propagated, and many of those boys, we have asked them to go around, made them also brand ambassadors. Many of them did not even speak fluent language when they started. Now, of course, they have learned after repeated exposures in the public speech. Many of, as I said, many of them are not graduates, but they are being provided by full technology by CSIR. And the second secret of success is that from day one, we linked up with the industry, primarily with some of the leading perfume houses in Mumbai and Maharashtra. So from day one, they started earning. The distilleries were set up near the field, and the arrangements were made to carry their product to the market. So early industry linkage is one. I even go to the extent of saying that allow the industry to do the mapping, allow them to tell us what they want, and let them also contribute. Now we've started that. Let them contribute financially as much as you are contributing. And only yesterday we also engaged in some of the agreements in one of the DBT programs. I said invest 50 or more. The government will invest 50 or even less. Because if you involve industry from the beginning and also give them the liberty to decide their preferences, then they'll own our startups. Today we take fancy in saying that we have 1.75 lakh startups, but we forget that to start a startup is easy, to sustain a startup is difficult, and to sustain a startup you need a sustainable market. Because after all, the boy or the girl is the child of the same society. The next day he finds somebody else of his age or his peer moving in a BMW. He says, hell with your startup, I'll better do what the other guy is doing. So you have to give him the same kind of social and economic security. And for that you have to do away with some of the myths that we have. And now we are in a position where the world has started accepting our talent, our esteem. From Fragile 5, we are now first 5. Our startup is now ranked 3. Our Global Innovation Index has gone up from 81 to 39. Our patent filing is ranked 6 out of 5. I was just going through the figures. Out of 64,480 patents filed in the recent years, more than 55% or 56% are resident Indians. I don't know whether you understand or not, because what was happening earlier was, even if somebody achieved something, there was a common, cynicism to say, what happened? He went to Europe and got it. Har Gobind Khurana went abroad and got a Nobel Prize. Chandrasekhar went abroad and got a Nobel Prize. What is there in India? Nothing. Now these are the boys and girls. Didn't leave India even for a day. They were groomed here, brought up here, born here, did their patent here and made a success story. Which means we have the talent, we have the resources, we have a beautiful ecosystem, and I think Hyderabad is one of the best models. But we are still not coming out from the older mindset. And that is what I think is required in the times to come. The government has already done much more than what the earlier governments were doing. If you talk only of CSIR, even the CSI directors may not be aware of the fact that in 2014, the CSIR or the DSIR budget was just 5,615 crore. This year, in the budget which was presented about 5 months back, this budget was 13,416 crore, and if you tabulize it, it amounts to 230.75%. It's a fascinating percentage happening. So it's gone up so many times. But yes, again, government can't do everything, and you can't be leaving everything to the government. If you actually have the passion to succeed, to madness to succeed. And therefore, we have also taken the initiative of following what others are doing. We have now floated a National Research Foundation called Anusandhan, which will have about 70% of the resource from the non-government. And when I say involve industry, I don't mean only knowledge partnering. I'm glad what has happened today, this transfer of technologies. You make them financial partners. In India, knowledge partnership doesn't carry much meaning. Knowledge is shared free of cost in India. आप ट्रेन के डिब्बे में बैठ जाए सभी ज्ञान देंगे आपको. That's a European concept. Here you make the industry invest even 20 rupees the man behind will make sure that he gets back his 20. And in the process, your startup will be sustained. So that has to be a for that, events like this are important, where I say we could have a wider and a larger gathering. And I have to compliment the institutes over here, all the three which have come here. They have actually focused on these areas which I was talking until a few moments ago, the agriculture, the agri startup. The other day I was here about last week, we had the opportunity of visiting that farm also where I think you are providing that pheromone application technology. And they are doing beautiful job in organic farming. Again, not many of them Einsteins or Harugend Khuranas. They are just rural folk boys, and they are so happy, enjoying doing what they are doing because they are earning out of that. So we are providing them technology which is becoming a source of their livelihood, source of their growth in the life. And of course, the purple revolution, as I talked about, the CCBM has also made a mark. I must compliment you also for that. Atal Innovation Center. He was telling me there were 170 startups there. So these are the areas which have been unexplored. Now when we talk of going from economy number 5 to 4, 3, 2, 1, do we ever ask ourselves, we are all scientists, do we ever ask ourselves, where are we going to make this value addition from? Is there going to be some pilferage, some dacoity, some theft? How do you suddenly become number one? You will become number one from the sources which have not been fully exploited till now. When all the other regions get saturated, whether it's the western parts, the western resources, even including IT, you have these resources, virgin resources. Your agriculture, Himalayas, the oceans. We have started also the deep sea mission, which is going to be a big economy addition to overall India's growth story. Because so much of minerals, metals, biodiversity, fishery lying inside, huge wealth in Indian Ocean. And therefore, I think we have made a good beginning, at least in this most IT savvy part of India, Hyderabad, by holding this event. And I hope the message will go out that we need to have a greater synergy within the CSIR. It was not flattering to hear when I asked how often the three institutes meet. They said they don't meet often, but they quarrel often. I hope the quarrel also has been put to a truce after this event. And so the larger synergy within CSI, then within the ministry, we have biotechnology department in the same ministry, we have DST within the same ministry. And for once, I have started holding monthly meetings of all the 6, 7 science departments and ministries, including atomic energy and space, because the irony was that the Secretary of Atomic Energy was not known even in the Delhi circles. Other secretaries in Government of India, if you suddenly ask them who's Secretary Atomic Energy, they would start thinking. So they hardly met because they were headquartered elsewhere. So we started holding monthly, and there's so much of overlap happening. Now you showed me stalls of this wealth to waste to wealth. So much of work going on, biogases, etc., etc. But do you know, equally as much into this is the Department of Atomic Energy. They are using radiation, they are doing microbes. In Kumbh, we had put up 3 plants called fecal sludge treatment plants. And we were getting about 1.5 million gallon of fecal sludge every day because crores and crores visiting. Did you realize? No disruption in hygiene, no epidemic. It was not CSIR. It was not DBT. It was an unlikely Department of Atomic Energy, which was using radiation methods to convert it into an inert liquid which could be used for gardening, for irrigation, etc. So what I'm trying to say is that at least let us know what is happening in the next room. And so much of common happening. So synergy within the ministry among the various departments, then synergy among the ministries, and then of course a wider synergy, extended synergy among the stakeholders with the private sector, and making good use of the National Research Foundation. We have recently had the new CEO for National Research Foundation, Dr. Kalyan Raman. I have asked him to have one-to-one meeting with all of you because he's come from Microsoft. He was, of course, of Tamil origin, but has been out of country for a very long time. So I said he must personally, because otherwise he will also keep sitting in a allotted chamber in the Technology Bhavan. So we want you to integrate so that it's an integration of minds, integration of brains, and integration of resources. And for a city like Hyderabad, which is blessed with a beautiful ecosystem to perform all this, to achieve all this, I think this was the best place from where we could send out a message like the one we are trying to send out this afternoon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, sir, for that very, very insightful, very encouraging, and very inspirational address. You have talked about many points, but I think the best point that emerges out is your deeper connect with startups and the deeper engagement that you always reflect when you interact with them, you have a dialogue with them, and when you also talk about the whole ecosystem, which is connecting, and also the catalyzing innovation part, which is also the theme here for this two-day startup conclave. Sir, thank you so much. And just to take from your address only, sir, जो भदरवा में जिस तरह से अरोमा मिशन और पर्पल रेवोल्यूशन की बात चली, तो बहुत जाने का जब मौका मिला तो यही दिखा कि वो किस तरह से स्टार्टअप की मूवमेंट में एक बहुत ही नया आयाम है, और उसको देखकर बहुत हिम्मत आती है जिस तरह से उसने अपना आगे का रास्ता दिखाया है. बहुत बहुत आभार और बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी का जो कि इस आज मूवमेंट के एक तरह से भागीदार हैं, और इसी भागीदारी की बात आज हम अपने देश में लगातार कर रहे हैं. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आप सभी का. मैं एक बार फिर से सभी का यहाँ धन्यवाद भी करती हूँ, लेकिन वोट ऑफ थैंक्स देने के लिए अब मैं बुलाना चाहूँगी स्टेज पर IICT के बिजनेस हेड डॉक्टर प्रवीण लीकर जी को, जो कि आपको धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करेंगे. मिस्टर प्रवीण लीकर, प्लीज कम ऑन टू द स्टेज फॉर वोट ऑफ थैंक्स.
Namaste and good afternoon, everyone. It is a proud privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on this momentous occasion. We are deeply honored by the presence of Dr. Jitendra Singh ji, Honorable Minister, and sincerely thank you, sir, for your gracious inaugural address. Your inspiring word and vision for scientific progress have motivated and uplifted us. Despite your demanding schedule, we are grateful that you took the time to be with us today. We heartfelt thank to Shri Ittala Rajendra ji, Honorable Member of Parliament, and Shri Bandari Lakshma Reddy ji, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, for joining us and delivering a inspiring guest address. Your presence added immense value to the event, and your encouraging word will stay with us as we move forward. We also thank to Dr. Vinay K. Nandakuri, Director CSIR CCMB, Dr. Prakash Kumar, Director CSIR NGRI, and Dr. D. Srinivasa Reddy, Director CSIR-IICT, for sharing their thoughtful insights. Your remark reflects the strength and synergy of collaboration across CSR institutions, and we are fortunate to have your support, encouragement, and direction which made this day possible. We are sincerely appreciate the participation of all dynamic startups. Your presentation were impressive and testament to the innovation and entrepreneurial spirit shaping India's future. We proudly acknowledge the signing of MOUs with CSIR-IICT, CSIR-NGRI, CSIR-CCMB, as this partnership will mark a significant step toward impactful collaboration. We also celebrate the successful technology transfer from CSIR-IICT to innovation, a commendable strive towards creating meaningful societal impact. Finally, thank all dignitaries, organizers, participants, and support staff. Those dedications and efforts made this event a grand success. Your contributions are truly appreciated. As we conclude, let us carry forward the momentum and spirit of the collaboration that today has sparked, and best wishes to all the enthusiastic participants. May this be the beginning of many more breakthroughs. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, और एक बार फिर सभी का धन्यवाद। आईआईसीटी के डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर डी श्रीनिवास रेड्डी, सीसीएमबी के डायरेक्टर विनय के नंदिकुरी जी और डॉक्टर प्रकाश कुमार CSIR-IICT से। माननीय मंत्री जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, इतने बिजी शेड्यूल से सर आप यहाँ आए और आपने हम सबको समय दिया, बहुत बहुत आपका धन्यवाद। और एक बार फिर माननीय मंत्री जी, आपका उपस्थित होना हमारे लिए प्रेरणादायक है। इटाला राजेंद्र जी और साथ ही विधायक भंडारी लक्ष्मण रेड्डी जी, आईसीटी डायरेक्टर, सीसीएमबी डायरेक्टर एंड NGRI डायरेक्टर, थैंक यू सो मच। एंड आप सभी माननीय अतिथियों का, एस्टीम्ड गेस्ट, वी रियली फेल्ट ऑनर्ड एंड प्रिविलेज्ड दैट यू आर हियर, थैंक यू।